Servus! Welcome to a special episode of Hylian Highlights, one that focuses on one particular aspect of Tears of the Kingdom, Korok Torture. Instead of this week's top builds, epic clips, and funny moments, all clips will be featuring players using their imagination to bully the cutest little creatures in the game. Why so many players do this, I'm not quite sure, but I've collected many clips of this phenomenon, both old and new, so enjoy, you sickos. Let's start off light. Penguin Poacher made a mech to help a Korok reach his friend. This doesn't seem like a painful experience, but the little guy does look distressed. Either way, I love the fact that this would have taken way more time and effort than just carrying the Korok to the destination. That's the type of humor I can appreciate. Another pretty tame one, the Korok Concussor was built by Meme Lover 6. I love the fact that it's almost all wood, kinda gives it an old-timey head-bashing device type vibe. You know, like how in medieval times they used to make like a big wooden contraption to bonk people on the head? What do you mean you never heard of that? They totally taught me that in history class. I'm still ramping up to the more mean stuff, but bruh, awesome name, decided to bully this Korok by crashing it. Not too mean, but it will certainly do some damage. You're done made this a very simple but effective Korok Kannon. That poor Korok hurtling through the air must be terrified. Vulture Stu decided to employ an actual real-life torture method by dragging a poor Korok with a horse. It's not as evil as some of the devices coming up, but it's still pretty mean. Nice contribution. Turbulent Surprise 90 asks, does this count as Korok torture? We don't see the poor little thing suffer, but it's a long way to fall from a sky island, so you can imagine the splat at the bottom. So yes, I'd say it does. This player made a very nicely designed witch dunking device. Because, as we all know, Koroks are made of wood, and therefore...
A witch! A witch!
If you made it this far, then you must be enjoying this content, so why not click or tap subscribe to increase the chances of seeing this sort of thing again. Now we're starting to get onto the meaner stuff. Concrete Cheese decided to roast his Korok over an open fire. I wonder if they taste similar to chestnuts. Impressive Clock 8921 designed this torture device. It's very simple and it looks easy to bead. Bead? Build. What? It looks easy to build, but it deals out pretty high amounts of fire damage, and it looks pretty too. This is definitely getting quite cruel, but don't worry, it gets worse. This device from Man's Maker uses shock emitters to blast the helpless little C-Dot. This device looks very cool, and I'm sure it would do tons of damage. If Koroks weren't seemingly immortal, that is. Feel like Jigsaw would be proud of this one. Doug Rugress took Link's cooking game to the next level by making this conveyor belt. I know there's less fire than in some of the previous ones, but to me there's just something about being cooked on a conveyor belt that feels more torture-y. Is that a word? Do you know what I mean though? Awesome design, by the way. Now we're on to the truly mean stuff. A Korok centipede being blasted by tons of flames is not an image for everyone's eyes. But you're fully enjoying it, aren't you, you monster? Credit to Oif for this monstrosity. Nice work, Oif. With all this Korok destruction going on, what are we going to do with all these Korok corpses? Rafe 9000 has the answer. Call Korok Control and they'll come and collect your woody carcasses for you.
Bring out your dead! Here's one!
I swear that's it for the Monty Python references. For this video, anyway. Let's get real, though. Link is probably the biggest mass murderer in Hyrule. I'm pretty sure he's killed more Koroks than Ganondorf. So he needs to be brought to justice for his hideous crimes. Chris Craig has taken the law into his own hands in order to punish Link by creating a torture chamber just for him. This very simple killing cage blasts Link with cannons, and there's no way out for the heinous Hylian. Nice job. Oh, and how could we forget the one where it all began? The first form of Korok torture, which happened even in Breath of the Wild. Bonk. We've all done this. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Servus.